Hi, Sharon and Pam. How are you guys? Well, I'm trying to figure out how to get my video back over where. Okay, now I see. They change the buttons on me on this stuff sometimes. I'm like, why do you do that when we're doing videos? Let's see if I got it. See if I got it. Let's see. I tell you, they make you fly through hoops anymore on here to do anything on Facebook. Aggravating. Oh well. Then my mouse don't want to work. Hello, Wendy, Edie, Brenda. I'm trying to share my video. There we go. I think now it worked. I hope. We shall see. What in the world? Okay. I think I'm now confusing myself. Is that possible? Probably. Well, I don't know why there it is. Finally. Got my video where I needed it to be. I think this video is where it needs to be. Lord have mercy. I'm rusty at this. See, you miss a couple weeks doing a video and then you don't know what you're doing. Drives me crazy. Drives me a little crazy. So how's everybody been? I'm doing much better. As you can see, I'm here for a video. And I already know what I'm doing tomorrow. And I think I already know what I'm doing Saturday. So it's a good thing. Happy Tuesday to you, Libby. So, anyway, time to get going, I guess. Hi, Diane. Let me make sure I am on where I can see the comments on my, there we go. Alrighty, I'm ready. Finally. So good morning, everybody. I am glad to be here on a Tuesday. I keep looking back to when I don't think I've made a card in a while on a Tuesday. So I have a cute card that I have been looking at for months that I've wanted to do and I haven't done. So we're doing it today. And I'm using the new, it's called Glow of Harvest. It's our product of the month, the paper. If you have not seen that paper, it is so pretty. I wish we were allowed to order more because it's great paper. But, you know, we get one packing out, so I have to make it very usable, I guess. You know, get the best bang for my buck out of that. Although it's only $5, so, you know, it's not a bad deal. So anyway, I'm going to be using that, and that, well, it's while supplies last, so, you know, it's the product of the month for August. It's a $75 order. You can order it for $5, but as long as they still have stock, those product of the months are still available. The only thing is you got to spend $75 to get each $5 product. So, that can build up if you haven't gotten them all. Once you want a few of them, then that's, you know. But anyway, cost you a little bit of money to do that. I still have my collaboration group going, and we have a video and 2 PDFs out this month, and I still promise I'm going to get all that stuff out. It should be something I sit down and do. Hopefully I was going to do it today, but guess what? I got a call last night. I get to watch my great-grandbaby today. I also have to go to the doctor today, so I'm taking my great-grandbaby to the doctor with me. It's just a checkup that takes about 10 minutes. So, anyway, my grandson's girlfriend has an interview today, so hopefully she'll get a job, and she got her a car, and hopefully she's going to get a job, and they can move forward now, and this mama will be watching River for most of all that, so that's a good thing. But I told her, I said, I'm going to the beach. I can't watch him that week. I am definitely going on my vacation this year, so that's in a few weeks. So anyway, I have a cute card. I'm going to turn this down so that you can see it, so that we can just move forward with it, and just do it. Gina forgot it was Tuesday. That's all right, Gina. I was all messed up last week. When we left on Tuesday to take Maddie down to Western Kentucky, it felt like a Saturday to me. So all last week I was off kilter very much, because it just, that played with my mind somehow. And, but this week, so far, I'm doing pretty good. So that's okay. We all forget. So let's turn the camera down. I'm anxious for you to see my cute little card. And you've probably seen it before. Some of you have probably made it, because I sit on cards and debate and debate and debate, and then finally see other stuff, and then I just get out of it. Forget what I was going to do. So let me move this down. We have a kitty cat asleep over here. There her is. She's going to sleep. She crawled up here, and I'm like, oh goodness, here we go. But no, she got up here to sleep. So I'm really glad about that. There she is. The cute cat. Yeah, the cute cat. Here's my card, and this is how it goes. I am using the new, or newer, I should say, the Radiant Sunflowers. I just used the sentiments out of here. I did not use the stamps. I used the dies, because I love the dies. I love any dies that have flowers you can just cut out of cardstock and that, and they look good. So I used these flowers that are hooked. You do 2 at a time. I used these leaves, and then the centers for that flower. So that's what we're using on this today. And I'm using, these are some newer embellishments, and they're called Gold Adhesive Back Dots. Well, that's very self-explanatory, isn't it? So anyway, that's what I am using, and I'm using this new paper, which is the product of the month. And if you haven't seen it, it's right here. And I'm using this piece right here. That's my favorite piece, I think. It is only one-sided. Here's one with acorns, because it's all done for fall. You get 2 of each, if you haven't gotten it. Here's another one that I really like. I just love the colors in it, and it's got that shimmer to it. It's so pretty. And then there's just some leaves. It's very versatile to use. That's leaves. And then the pumpkins. So I really like it. I wish it was double-sided though, but it's not. And then there is some little, I don't know what those are. There's something. There's something. They look fall to me. So I'm good with it. I'm good with it. So that's the paper. And then this piece came out of, and I don't know if you've seen this or noticed it. I think it goes unnoticed. It's called Radiant Foils. And it's some pretty paper. This is just a little flower, and it's a foil paper. So, and then this is the one I'm using. And then there's sunflowers. And I think that's all of it. Yeah, you get 6 pieces. They're foils, so they want them to cost more. So that's the 2 papers I'm using on this card. Plus, I'm using Cajun Craze cardstock and Basic Beige. So we are going to make this, and then you've got your little card that opens here, and then you go into your card, and there's the inside. So let's get started on this. It's pretty simple. As soon as I can get, and we're using also the, and I think I forgot to cut my circles out. Now that I think about it, I did. We'll have to cut those real quick. I need a circle, don't I? Let's do that, because we are going to use the embossing machine anyway. Anyway, I tell you what, I'm going to cut that circle while I'm over here. Find me some scrap. That's what I use best, is scrap. So, and my circle. I'm going to cut that over here before I move the machine over there. I don't want it in my way right now. But I do want my circle ready. I knew I was forgetting something this morning. But then I thought, oh, it's okay, right? Oh, man. My plates need cleaning. I like a bunch of dirt. Maybe I need a new plate is probably what it is. Oh, my gosh. If you hear noise up there, my husband's putting together a shelf, evidently. And I don't have a door at the basement because I leave it off for my kitty cat. Because she's the queen. She is the queen. She thinks. Okay, here's what we're using. We are using all of this paper. We have our card base, which is cut 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. So a little bit different than what I usually use. But that's okay. We can do that. So I'm going to fold these 2 cards. So there we have those. We have our 2 pieces that I told you that's going to go on the side, like here. Here's our main pieces. They're 5 1/4 by 4. We have a 5 1/4 by 4 for the insides. That's right here. This is 5 1/4 by 4, which this is going to be just glued right on top. And then this is going to be glued behind it. And you'll understand all that in just a second. And then there's my circles. Okay, so let's just glue these 2 down. I don't want to get those mixed up with my bigger ones because I thought, you know, I do that quite a bit. I remembered to put my glue lid back on last night, so hopefully it's not all gunky. So here we go. Okay. Let's put this one on. It's just to cover that. There we go. So what technique we're going to be doing with this is partial die cutting. So I'm sure maybe some of you have done that. Maybe some have not. But we are going to do it today. And it's something I always forget about doing, but it's a good little technique. Okay, we have those 2 ready. So now what we're going to do is we are going to bring in our die cut machine. We're going to use the largest square out of the Stylish Shapes die one here. And I'm going to trim this up just real quick. It's even on that side. Not so. On each side. Not even enough to worry about, really, but there we go. Okay. I like that better. So let me get the die machine. And it goes this way. I have to see which way it goes. Let me get my tape. It's already torn over here. And now I'm not lifting my die machine with my left hand. I have it with my right, like I'm supposed to be. I'll lay that down and get my other plate. Can't do it without my plate. Moxie heard Floyd upstairs, so she's gone to check out what he's doing. She has to make sure what we do. I'm going to put even borders around here, okay? And I'm going to tape this down. Okay? We're just going to tape that. And now, as you can see, I only want to cut 3 sides of this. I don't want to cut that side because that's my flap to open my card. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in here. And this DSP is really thicker than a regular DSP, so I'm going to run it through twice. Okay. I'm putting this right under the metal line of the die. It's not on top of it, it is right underneath of it, okay? And the reason why you don't want it on top of that, you do not want to cut that die open. Well, I just moved it with my finger. I want to put my finger on there because I want to hold it. And then what I want to do so it doesn't shoot out, I always have trouble getting over that. I am going to hear it click, and then I'm going to go back through. And I'm going to go back through. And that one, it moved, the plate moved. So let me roll it out. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if that cut all the way through, because I'm going through 2 heavy pieces of paper. So what I can do now is I'll go through one more time, and I'll just put that right up where I had it. And I'm going to go through one more time. I'm going to press on that, and then I'm going to catch this, because that die will sometimes fly out. Or not the die, but the plate. It'll go across the room on you. So I think we got it really good here. So I'm going to take the die off. And then what I'll do is I'll take this and I will actually put it on the score mark too. And I'll show you that in just a second. So that should be glued down. If not, we have to re-glue it. I'm going to cut this one real quick. And this is just one thing you can't do ahead of time. I mean, I could have, but you guys, I didn't know if you guys had seen partial die cutting before. Have you all done have you done partial die cutting? It's good to be here today, Marion. What do you mean? I've seen you the last 2 days. Haven't I? You're so sweet. Okay. So I'm running this through. Holding on. Running it back through. Holding on. Come on. Line that back up. go through one more time. There we go. Should be cut. Should be fine. There we go. Let's take this off. Stick him back where he goes. Okay. We can get this out of the way. We will not be using it anymore today. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in my trimmer. And I'm going to line this up just where that die was cut. And then I'm just going to, right in that area, I'm just going to score that really good. So that'll make it easier for me to open that and bend it back. And then we will burnish that when we get done here. So I want to make good deep score lines for that. So that's why I kept going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. So now what we're going to do with both of these is that's my card, that's my card. Okay, here we go. I'm going to turn these over. I'm just going to put glue on the edges of this. I'm just going to do this on the edges because I do not want it in the way of my frame, okay? And then I'm going to glue this on the back. Now, if I was using a white card base or something like that, I wouldn't have to do this, but I'm using a darker card base, and I want to be able to stamp inside that, so that gives me an area to stamp. I'll fold this back and burnish it. And there we go. There's our card for that. That far. I have looked at this card for months, and I keep thinking I'm going to do it, and I didn't know what I wanted to do it with, and the sunflowers and that paper just like screamed at me. Now's the time. All right, now's the time. So here I am. So here I'm going to get that back on my score line. And there is that part of my card. So now what I can do is I can go ahead and put on my sides of my card right here. And those will go on, and it just helps give the card a little bit more dimension and oomph, I guess, so whatever. And I like the foil with the shiny. I just thought that was kind of pretty. And I hadn't used this foil, and I'm bound and determined to use the stuff I buy now. My husband upstairs is probably saying, he's probably listening and saying, well, it's about time. So there we go. And then I can go ahead and stamp my inside. And I put in, this says, hello friend, wishing you so much happiness and joy. So let's take this, and we're going to use our early espresso ink. And my ink pad really needs to be inked, but I like the shade of what it's doing right now, so I just kept it at that. I just gotta make sure I get it inked. Now watch me make a mess because it's all over the stamp. Yay. Don't press too hard, Rita. You'll get all that gunky stuff in there. Okay, now let's go ahead and we can go ahead and put these on the front of our cards. And I just glued all of that together. No big deal. We got enough popping out and one that we can just put this on the front of our card base. And if you did not want to make it a whole card, you could just cut your little card base in the back, 5.5 by 4.25, and just let this be your greeting right here, instead of having your card open and doing more. So, okay, we have this part done. Now we've got a little bit of shading we're going to do. So let's we're going to bring in these pieces for now. And I'm going to take the brown. And like I said, it doesn't have a whole lot of color in it, but it's got enough color to do what I wanted to do on these. Because this has early espresso in it, but it's so light. This darker color is early espresso, crumb cake, golden glow, and Cajun craze. That's the colors in it. So that's the colors I followed. So I just want these so that it just pops it off of the card. So there's those two. Now we're going to take, here's all of our dies. And I need to, oops, I forgot to cut another leaf. Or did I? Yeah, I did. So anyway, I just kind of brush this on lightly. And I don't want to go in circles because I'm afraid I'll tear my leaves off. So I'm just darkening my crumb cake a little bit. So there we go with that. And I'll cut another leaf and finish the inside of the one card soon. I'm going to be using that again. I'm going to leave it open. Scary thought to do that, but that's what Rita's doing right now. So now I'm going to take the yellow and I'm going to bring in my little sunflowers. Two, three, 4, 5, 6. I knew I'd had one left over of that. So I'm just going to take this and I'm going to darken my edges of my sunflowers. And I just like to do that to, I don't know, I just like to do it, I guess. Don't ask me why, just because. I just think they look better if they're darkened in edges. Gives your flower more depth and character. And they all don't have to look alike. Don't worry about that. They're flowers. Go out in your garden. Your flowers don't always look exactly the same. They do when you're glancing at them, but if you really look at them, there's always a little something different. That's why I like to do flowers. There we go. So now we have all of that done. Oh, one more thing I got to do. Whoops, almost forgot. I went around the edges of this. Let's just take this brush and see if I got enough in it to do like this one. I'm sorry for shaking the table. Oh, yeah. I just went into the yellow. It's a good thing I had. So there's that one. This is a fun little technique, and it's something I forgot about, and I've done it like a lot. Well, not on here evidently, but I have done it a lot. You can do it with a lot of different things. Oh, I want to use that. I forgot. I got to use that for my other sayings. So let's, whoops. Don't lose all my little flower things. Those are my centers. We're going to bring this in, and we're going to go ahead and stamp Hello Friend on there. We'll do all of our stamping, and then we're going to just apply it to our card. So we want to add that. It did get a little bit of other stuff in there, but I'm not going to worry about that. It looks okay. It looks like it's meant to be, actually. That one turned out better, but that's okay. It's fine. And then we're going to put, we got that. Now let's put enjoy on this card, and everything is stamped. Move, little guy. Oh, darn it. Press too hard. See if I can get this one. I did. I'll turn this one over. That was way too much. And there we go. I am so heavy-handed. Now I got to do this. Don't you guys like when you make mistakes? Brings character to your card, to you, everything you do. There we go. That was fast. Okay, let's get these guys together real quick. We're going to go ahead and put our insides in. I'll get one piece out of the way, right? So we have our insides in. I'm going to close this up. You guys were probably wondering when I was going to do that or when I was going to get my fingers in it. No, didn't get my fingers in it. So that was good. Okay, we're going to pop this onto our card. So, and I know I have them out. So let's do that. Hello, friend. Got glue on my card. Floyd just came downstairs and I hear stuff upstairs. I think his cat is in a box. Or my cat is in a box up there. Is she in a box up there?
Well, all the plastic pieces that's laying on the floor. They're going everywhere.
Oh, they're going everywhere. She's playing. Okay, so what we're going to do here is I'm going to add a little bit of glue. I could have made these as stickers, but I did not, so I'm just doing glue. Could have brought in my Xyron machine, but I did not. And I do have ink on my fingers, guys. So I'm just putting that. Put one there. And one over on this card. I'm making 2 cards today. Haven't done that in a while. But if I'm going to send 2 out, I want to make sure I had one for myself because I really like this card. Okay, what I'm going to do with 2 of these is I'm going to pop them up. That just goes in the center. We'll pop 2 up on here. Then I'm going to put a little bit of glue into the center of them. Just a little bit. And then we are going to take our centers and just add that to the center. You don't want to put a lot of glue because it'll goosh out the little holes that's in that. So there's that. Now what I'm going to do is I'm only going to be able to finish one of these unless I go die cut something, but I'm not going to do that at the moment. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut this off here. And then I'm going to cut this off right here. So let's go ahead. And I'm not measuring anything where it needs to go. I'm just doing it. Just doing it. Hold that down a minute for it to stick. I'm going to do the same thing I did with the other. I'm going to add this to my card. Like so. And stick a center on it. And I am going to have to cut. I don't know what I was thinking. I wasn't thinking, right? When I did my dies. So I am going to go cut to finish even this card. I need another leaf. This is why Edie die cuts for me, because I forget what the heck I'm doing. I'm used to having Edie, and Edie's getting ready to go on vacation. Okay, I got one cut for my inside of my card. I need a pokey tool. Wow. Leave that right there for a minute. So what I'm going to do to the inside of this one, and it will be completely done, is I'm going to add another die into the center. And therefore, again, I am going to just glue this one So just put it there in the center. Add it to my card. And add me a center. Well, come on. Come on. I want to throw that one away. I glued the wrong side. Maybe I ought to pay more attention. Okay, there's our inside, and here is our outside of this one. And I'll just finish this one. I have to cut. I have these, and I still have... I'll have to cut one more of those. So I'm going to finish this one afterwards. You guys don't have to wait on me to do die cutting and all that. We get the gist of it with this one card. And there's the first one I made. So... I didn't go around the edges of that one, but I thought I'd like it against this paper a little bit more. So you could do it either way. The inside or the little card. And then this. So that's what we have. Oh, Vicki, you can find the right supplies to make this. This card can be made with... a lot of stuff. I actually saw it online, and the name of the girl that did it, I think her name was Deborah Harrison. I think. It was on YouTube. Well, I found it on Pinterest. And when I was just scrolling through cards, she called it a pop-up fun fold. Pop-up petals fun fold, because she used a stamp that's on Last Chance, because she had done it when that stamp was still out and good. But I wanted to use the new sunflowers, and I thought that went great with this paper. And the colors look great together. So anyway, that's what I've been wanting to do, and I did it today. So well, this is the one that's done. These two are done. Put these back in here. There we go. So there we go. That's my cards. I offered my Halloween cards as a kit, and that is still going on. And I think Gina and Gail asked for a kit. And I'm going to try to get those done this week. I should be able to. I've got all the other stuff done for that I needed to do. So I'll get those out to you guys. And I'll be mailing some catalogs out to people. I did not do the mail thing again. I forgot about it. So I'm going to really get all that stuff out. That's my goal this week, as I'm working on that, as long as with my class. My class this in September is going to be on Labor Day and the day after because of me going on vacation. So we're doing Christmas. So if anybody needs to do Christmas cards, maybe they can get started on them, and which will be fun. And so I'll be working on all that stuff. Plus, tomorrow what I'll be doing for my video, I'm actually, and I'll tell you what I'm going to be doing, and I hope a lot of you come, because I know a lot of people are going to say, I'm not going to buy that system. It's too expensive. It's the hot foiling machine. I got the machine. I wasn't sure about it either, and I used it, and I loved it, and I loved the outlook of the cards of all that. So I'm going to be demonstrating that tomorrow and making a card with it. So be sure. I don't have many dies yet with it. I did order a couple of the Christmas ones after I played a lot with it to make sure that I was going to use it a lot. So I will be demonstrating that tomorrow, and I know you've probably seen a lot of people demonstrate it. I watch the Stampin' Up! Video on it that was teaching us how to use it so that I could have some idea of what they were doing. So I'm going to do that tomorrow. And then Saturday, I'll be having probably another either Halloween card or either something Halloween or something fall right now. That's what I'm just working on, that kind of stuff. So, y'all have a great day. I'm going to get some stuff done real quick before I get my grandbaby. I'm so excited to be watching him today that I can't stand it. It'll be fun. And while I'm in the doctor's office, Papa gets to watch him. This would be fun. So I've been busy, and I finally feel like a person and getting more and more done each day and getting to do a lot. Well, not a lot more. I still can't lift with my left arm. So, I still can't, put a lot of weight into my arm and lift with it and stuff like that. So I'm and I'm right-handed, but I'm used to lifting things with both hands and stuff. So I'm getting pretty good with my right hand. Oh, Pam's going on vacation Friday. You have fun, Pam. Vacations are fun. This vacation's my girls' vacation that I'll be leaving. I actually leave September 11th. That's when we leave. So, hi, Mary Lou. I'm glad you came on. So, we will see you hopefully tomorrow. It'll be pre-recorded. I'm going to record it today because I do food pantry in the morning. And we got somebody there on vacation. So, and plus I have a new volunteer that's coming. So I have to, I want to be there to help her get oriented into the food pantry. So you guys have a great day. Be creative when you can. If you're creative, if you try this card, please share it because it's fun. I don't have the PDF ready for it. I didn't get it completely done, but hopefully it'll be done today and you can do it. But you can always go back and watch the video and follow me with the video. Pause it and go on. Pause it and go on. So, anyway, that's what you need to do. So I will talk to you later, guys. Bye-bye.